Hey guys, M13 here, and I am in Canada, and I am on this thing. Let's talk about this thing. You guys are asking about it. It is a Honda. It's got another name. What's it called? TwinStar. There you go. It's a Honda TwinStar, and it's from 1979. And it's a good example of why I'm a big fan of Honda, considering the fact that the last time this bike was ridden was about 8 years ago, and it was ridden by me 8 years ago when I was visiting Canada. I've said this before. When I visit Canada, I stay at my ex-girlfriend's house, and she likes motorbikes, so she bought one. But then she found out that she wasn't brave enough to ride it, so she just lets it sit in her garage. And then her husband doesn't ride. He doesn't have an interest in it, so he doesn't even use it. So it just sits in her garage because she bought it for cheap, and there's no real point selling it. She could just get a few $100s for it, and then she's never going to find another workable motorcycle with nothing wrong with it for a few $100s. So she might as well just keep this one. So it just sits in her garage. The last time it was started up was 8 years ago, and that was by me. And then before that was probably 5 years before that. So this bike gets ridden about once every decade or whatever, and still it runs fine each and every time, and it's there's nothing wrong with it. Shocks are really springy, and I guess the brakes. I haven't tried the brakes much yet. I tried to. There we go. I locked up the brakes. Cool. I wasn't sure if you could do that on this thing, because the brakes were kind of spongy at first, but I think they've, I don't know, dried out or whatever. They seem to be working better now. Now that I know that the brakes can lock up, to try sliding in sideways somewhere. But don't tell my ex-girlfriend I said that. Yeah, it's a 250cc. It's a Honda. I don't know if any of my older viewers are familiar with it. I'm not. It's before my time, 1979. I was 5 years old when this bike came out. It sounds like, I told her that. I'm like, the one thing you got to change is the muffler. I'm like, come on, I've heard 150cc motorcycles that sound awesome. Like, people who think you need a big bike to have a nice, aggressive sound are completely wrong. You can get yourself a 150cc motorcycle and make it sound like it's make it sound comparable, not as good as, but comparable to like a 1000cc bike or a Ducati or you name it, man. Like I knew a guy named Dave who used to ride in Taiwan. He used to ride like a 150cc cruiser, and he put a lot of love and work into that bike, and it sounded like a Harley. It was a 150cc motorcycle, and it sounded. Why is everyone slowing down? Okay, they're turning off. I really need to pay attention to the speed limit here. They've gone camera crazy in Canada since the last time I was out here. Like there's fixed cameras everywhere, and then on top of that you got cops sitting in cars with their cameras. It's just it's nuts. I think I've got my picture taken once already, and then I found out that they changed the laws here. It used to be the same as in England, where you ticket the person, not the vehicle. So in other words, if you lend your bike to someone and then they get a ticket goes to your house, but then you just mail them back saying it wasn't me riding, it was this guy, and they'll ask you for that guy's address. They'll say, well, you better provide us that guy's information, otherwise you're lying. And then you provide that information, then they'll send that guy a letter, and he has to confirm it. He has to admit fault. But once but the point is, they ticket the person. So I was thinking to myself, oh, that's how it was in Canada, and that's how it is in England. And I was thinking to myself, oh, that's cool. So I can just speed around, get tickets, and all the tickets go to my ex-girlfriend's house, and then she can just say to them, well, it wasn't me, and then she can give them my address in Taiwan, and I can just be like, yeah, well, I'm not paying. What are you going to do about it? I'm in Taiwan. And I was like, yeah, that'll be fun. But no such luck. They changed because people were doing that. They just changed the rule. They said from now on they ticket the vehicle, not the person. So it doesn't matter who's riding the bike. The person who owns the bike gets the ticket because the ticket's on the vehicle and the vehicle's in their name. My son insists on pushing the stroller himself. Unfortunately, he's shorter than the stroller, so he's not exactly. Yeah. Oh, there you go. That's a bit better. Yeah. No. Oh, for Pete's sake. Jade.